Right, I've seen a few YouTube videos of the mods guys have done to their 690s, so I thought I'd just run through what I've done, you know, the mods that I've done. I do a lot of trail riding on my bike here in the UK, even though I brought this bike in June 2020, and I've managed to ride the Belgian Tet, which I understand has changed a little bit now, so I may have had the best of that. And I did the Great Western Trail on this bike, and it's been really good for that type of riding. I used to have a 500 EXC before it, and I thought I'd just run through some of the mods that I did to it to, you know, make it a little bit more suitable for what I did. One of the first things I did was fitted the Adventure Spec bash plate. It's got really great coverage. It's not a cheap bash plate. It's steel, not steel, I think it's alley. Really protective, goes all the way back and even protects the rear master cylinder, the brake cylinder. And the mod I did after that was I put on the Ktm Rally Pegs, which are brilliant. I was really surprised at how much better they made this bike feel. My next thing that I did afterwards was I put on the Wings exhaust, and although this does sound great, and I don't know whether it gives it any more performance because the bike's got a lot of performance, I did it more as a weight saving, you know, for trail riding. So yeah, that's kind of, they were the first three things I did. I have got a set of bark busters on underneath these. Underneath these, so that was the next thing I put on, was the bark busters. Got these on just to keep my hands warm today, but it's pretty mild today, so yeah. And one of the only real other problems that I had with it when I first started trail riding was the standard gear stick was really floppy, and it would rub against the casing. I've since put on these triple clamp case savers, which are really a really great thing. And but I went over to, it's a Pico, and this came off my 500 EXC, and it was a straight fit. It cleared all the casings. The only thing I have done is on this side of the tip is I've chamfered that edge a little bit, so it kind of misses it even more. But yeah, you know, it was a straight fit, so anybody doing it, you know, that's what I would say, you know, yeah, if you've got anything from a EXC, it went straight on as a gear stick. I think this would be applicable to the 350, the lot. So after then, I'd sort of put on the Oberon clutch slave cylinder. I did this at 2,000 miles. I never had a problem with my clutch. I sort of did it more as a fail safe, you know, just if anything went wrong with it for when I was on trips. So even though mine was perfectly okay when I took it off, I've done this. It's a far superior product, so yeah. And as you can see while we're down here, I put on a Vanash sprocket cover, just so any mud sort of gets cleared a bit easier from around that area. I also went with the Vanash fuel filler, and also from Vanash the much stronger rear brake arm. I've got to say, Vanash were a fantastic company. They posted really quick from the States. The import charges were really, really reasonable, and yeah, I can't recommend them highly enough. Easy fit. All of them that I've showed you was, I mean, minutes to do, and fantastic. I really like them, so I recommend Vanash. The other thing I got from America was this Bulletproof Designs rear rotor guard. I went with this one because it seemed a bit more beefy, so yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. It's a nice fit again in the end. So yeah, that was good. And You can obviously see I ride with my Krieger 6-litre OS packs. I do this because I like to try and put everything in there that I need to go trail riding, you know, like food, tools and everything. I don't like to try and put it on my back. Try and avoid that now. So yeah, they're the sort of main upgrades that I've done. I did go for a bit of a blingy one, which is the X-Trig preload adjuster. It's done by an 8mm. It's a bit of a tricky job to do yourself, so if you're not that competent, I would say go and get a professional to do it. It is doable by yourself, and it does make adjusting the preload if you do trips and you want to take luggage and then ride your bike without luggage. So yeah, it is pretty handy to have, and it's one of them blingy parts that does have a purpose. So yeah, pretty good. I'm really impressed with this bike, coming from my 500 EXC. So I'm really glad I got it, and I managed to get it when the discount was on. I mean, that's one of the main reasons why I changed from my 500 EXC. This was 8,300 English pounds, which made it a bit of a bargain. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it. So there's just some of the bits that I've done. It's, like I say, mainly for trail orientation and riding the TET or trails. So yeah, there you go.